And good morning, and happy Saturday to everyone. I am hoping that I am live. I'm checking my platforms to make sure that I'm live. I'm a little late, just trying to make sure that everything was kind of up and ready to go. It looks like, let me see, looks like I'm live. I'm live. I'm seeing that I'm live on LinkedIn, and it looks like I'm also live on Facebook. Great. Okay. So I'm saying again, good morning to everyone out there that would be seeing me and hearing me. Let me know if you are seeing me and hearing me. Um, we are live on Facebook and LinkedIn and YouTube, and I have an interesting discussion today. So for those that are joining me, let me know where you are from. Hi, Allison. Let me know where you are from, which part of the world that you are from, which part of the world that you are joining us. Let me know what platform you're hearing and seeing me on. As I mentioned, we are live on Facebook, on LinkedIn, and on YouTube. Great. Thank you so much, Allison. I appreciate that. Um, Today, so I'm saying good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, depending on where you are joining us from around the world, right? It's a beautiful Saturday morning here in the Caribbean. I'm streaming live from Trinidad and Tobago, which of course is the most southern Caribbean island. We've had some rain, but it's pretty nice and sunny today. So, and it's unusual for me to actually have, um, a live on a Saturday. But I said I didn't want the week to close off. Hi, Alslan, and hello, Alberta. Right? Thank you so much for joining me. Um, I didn't want to close out. I really wanted to do this live, and I didn't want to close out the week without doing this particular live. And this live is, I'm throwing things down. This live is about why we need to have um, video marketing, right? Um, why video marketing is a must in 2023. Now, what's interesting here is that, a lot of persons would say, but Debbie, this is a given. You have to have video. It's 2023. Video has been around for a very long time. Everybody's using video. So why put forward this? And so, again, we are getting into May. The first third of the year is kind of done, and I interact with a number of entrepreneurs. I coach a number of entrepreneurs, and there are a number of reasons why persons don't necessarily get on video, right? um they may have a number of reasons, right? Some I think are valid, and some I think are, excuses why we're not getting on video, right? And it could be a whole range, right? For women, for sure, we tend to put a lot of emphasis on how we look, right? We have to get dressed up, full makeup here, and so on before we think we need to be on camera, right? And it could be valid, right? It has some validity there that we need to do that before we get online. Similarly, lots of us, including myself, go through it's a constant work in progress in terms of imposter syndrome, right? There's so many subject matter experts online. There's so many persons providing expertise in various areas. So at times we may feel, hey, um, what can I offer in this space? how can I be different? How can I differentiate myself, right? So that's another thing that we look at, um, and that might be a concern, right? I've spoken to C-suite executives. They sometimes turn their noses up at video and say, this is silly. They don't need to put themselves out there. That's for the marketing team to do. And they don't necessarily want to do it, right? And then we also say we don't have enough time. But I'm today's video and presentation and live is not so much about trying to debunk those particular things. It really is about presenting some information, some facts, some stats, and for me to share information about my own journey with video marketing and how it can actually be very transformational and very important to building your personal brand out here. And not only that, transforming your business in a way where you are able to better connect with clients and actually convert, right? So with that said, let me just jump right in to, I think I have 5 or 6 quick slides about why you really need to start to incorporate video marketing into your business, right? One of the first things, and I think the easiest things for us to talk about, is actually the fact that it makes a significant difference in your business and your brand, and it helps conversion and it helps sales, right? The stats there on the screen actually talk about the fact that you if you have a landing page, and a lot of persons have sales pages where they're selling particular products and services there, the truth is, having a video explaining something about the particular product or service that you're selling, talking about a particular, giving a testimonial about the transformation that the product or service had for clients, actually connects with clients better and actually aids in the conversion, right? And so I talk about my own business and my own brand all the time because I do lots of different types of content and I believe in it. I do images, I do my photo shoot every so often. I convey stories. I have my blogs, I have my magazine, but the single biggest differentiator and game changer for me, especially in the last, let's say, 5 to 6 years, has been incorporating video into my content. It really has made a difference in how people receive me, connect with me, and understand what I actually sell and do, right? And so I always say this from the minute I started to put out all types of content initially, and of course, had the imposter syndrome and naturally did not kind of shied away from video content. But I saw a major change the minute I started to put out content. I saw a major shift, and I started, more persons began to engage with my business and my brand, and I got a lot of inbound leads, right? So video really does help to boost that conversion and boost the sales, right? Which actually leads to the next point, which is video shows or video helps us to generate a lot more, a bigger return on investment. Now, I particularly like this slide because I want to tap into the little expression there that says, let me just get it so I could read it a better. Video is like a pizza. When it's bad, it's still pretty good. Now, I say that because I love that expression. And when I did my research to do the presentation, I found that very useful. Why? Because as entrepreneurs and startups in particular, we get inside of our head and we say, well, listen, I don't have the equipment, so I don't want to create video. I don't have a mic, I don't have a lapel mic, I don't have a, I don't have the best camera, and so I cannot put out video, right? I can't put out quality video. The truth is, we live in a time still, as much as we have nice, glossy, fantastic videos that go out, we also have user generated content. People still have their smartphones. The smartphones give you pretty good video. And even if you didn't have all that equipment, right? And a lot of persons complain about the phone and the phone all. People are more interested in the content that you put out. People are more interested in what you have to say. I'll give a classic example that I'm sure persons, especially in Trinidad, joining me. In the last 2 or 3 days, there was a video going around just talking about being able to track you on your phone. And they were giving, and the person was, they shot the video in their car. It's about a minute long. It's simply a tip to say how a particular feature in the phone to be able to have some information about the phone that you should screenshot and share with your loved ones in the event of something very bad occurring, like you get kidnapped, or in the event you lost your phone or someone stole your phone or something like that, you will be able to track it, right? And I got that video maybe 5 times in under an hour from persons. It was shared. It's a viral video now. And it's a simple video because the video is a little low. It's not even up in the person's face where you could see the person very, very clearly. But again, it would go viral because of the content, because of what is being said, because of the importance. So I encourage persons to think about that. The fact that um, it's more important to put out that content and to put out that video than trying to perfect it and make it, you know, on the level of a movie. It's better to actually just put out the video. Persons appreciate the content, and that's what helps to convert them, right? So it does give a better ROI. It is the most effective ROI for any type of for any type of content or format of content that you put out there, right? I'm saying hi to Jared, hi to Tracy from the Cayman Islands, right? Nice to have you guys on. Right. This one in particular is really good for me. Video helps to build trust, hands down. We typically build relationships. Building relationships helps is and building trust goes synonymously, right? And we would do this traditionally, um, on a one-on-one basis, personally and professionally. We share ideas, we share opinions. People get to know you know, our thoughts, our personality, and that's how we build relationships, and that's how we begin to build trust, right? Um, and in business, people buy from people they like and they trust, right? And so naturally, when we think about the digital space and the fact that we are entrepreneurs in a global world, and that we might be selling to persons in another country on another time zone, what will actually be able to connect with persons um, in a way that helps us to help us to build relationships. And what we have at our disposal is content, but the best form of content to build that trust is really video, because video allows you as an individual to see that content creator, to understand that person, to understand their personality, their quirks, what they could offer, what they bring to the table. And that's how we begin to build our tribe. So this is big for me because I saw this as well in relation to my first slide, which is video. The first thing that video did for me before it helped the conversion is actually build the trust. Because persons saw me online, they liked what they saw, they began to engage with me. And so that's what you want video content to do. And it does it at a much faster rate than you putting out text posts and you putting out in any other form of content. Video really helps you to capture that, right? Capture that, and it helps you to build that trust, right? So to me, it's just a game changer, right? So now just a little bit more some technical stuff for persons that don't know. YouTube, of course, is owned by Google, and naturally, if you want to be found, right, Google being the number one search engine, and I'm sure anybody could just go on the line now. If you Google shoes and clothes and a specific type vehicle, or you search an individual, a brand like Gary Vaynerchuk or Oprah Winfrey or anybody, one of the first things that come up in the Google search and on that first page is video content, and particularly video content on YouTube. So as you begin to think about, okay, building a brand, building your ability to be found, especially not only in your local territory, but regionally or internationally, it is important to create video because Google indexes it. It's one of the first ways that you will be found once you begin to put content out there. So again, the video has a certain ranking, and naturally that's why we need to begin to incorporate it in our strategy, right? Right. I'm gonna come to Tracy in a minute, and I just have two or more, right? Video marketing also helps you to explain a lot of things. So again, if you're in a product or service based um, um, type of organization, I personally find that again, you have different formats of video. It could be long form and it could be short form. And video allows a lot of explanation. Hence the reason why people have kind of dived into this sort of explainer videos, right? Explainer videos, explaining how to assemble something, explaining how to put together something, explaining how the benefits of our product works. Um, so explainer videos are very good. They can be incorporated as part of our content and even as part of our personal brands. We can explain certain aspects of our products or services. We could explain certain aspects of how customers can gain transformation. So video marketing, again, is one of the easiest ways because people learn in different ways. And this is a very good way to get persons to engage, to really understand what it is you do and what are the benefits that they can derive from either engaging with you or engaging with your business and your brand and your product and your services, right? And the last one I want to mention is that video, of course, encourages social shares, right? It is like what I just mentioned there with the video that kind of went viral, and it's been shared on social media and it's been shared on WhatsApp, and that's a security um, video, right? It's all about us being safe and so on. So can video has a whole lot more life and can be translated in a number of ways, right? We share it on social media, we share it in the WhatsApp, we share it in different ways. And it's one of the easiest ways to really put something together and then share it to your community. So it's fantastic in that way. It gets a lot of social shares, and that's going to help with your visibility. It's going to help with your branding. It really is going to translate in that way, right? Saying hi again to Lorenzo and Vic. Thank you for joining me. Lorenzo said, of course, the search engine ranking is pretty important, right? It's pretty important. So again, this is something I want our entrepreneurs to kind of think about, especially in your longer term strategy. That video is important. and all that search engine optimization, right? I think the last two that I have here are really tips now. So I'm going to give you two additional. I told you all the reasons why we really need to put together, we really need to utilize video, right? I know all the reasons and the reasons why we don't, but I just gave you all the reasons why it is tangible and important to your particular business and how it can translate to greater visibility, greater branding. And of course, as entrepreneurs and professionals, we want sales. We want sales and conversion. And this is the number one digital marketing tool to get that. So, of course, also I want to give you some tips and advice here as well, right? I am a person that believes in both organic and paid type of content, right? And if you want to be able to grow your business and grow your brand and you're utilizing video, I think you also need to incorporate some sort of ad with video. Why? If video is the number one form of content and it gets the greatest mileage and the greatest amount of engagement, it makes sense to put advertising spend towards video, right? And for me, what I do is usually when I put out video content, if I find that it not has a lot of engagement, then I will typically kind of boost that post or put an ad towards it because I see that persons are engaging. I see that it is pretty valuable. And so I would kind of boost that post. So I want to encourage persons as well as they begin to have, you know, a much more integrated digital strategy to actually think about giving their video a whole lot more life through, you know, some sort of advertising budget there, right? Jared was on live on YouTube just now, and I know he talks about doing video through Messenger and how effective that has been for him. I have found that video, and I need to do more of that. I have found incorporating video through your email campaigns and also as a prospecting tool, that video within email is also very impactful. Remember, persons are bombarded by lots of content and information, and we want to be able to make a good push. And people get lots of emails all the time, and they either just delete it or put it in junk because we are sending a lot of stuff out there as sales professionals or entrepreneurs that want to sell the products and services that we have. But I have found that utilizing video, of course, helps with the personalization, and people get to see you in the video. So I use it or try to use it as much as possible in my video, in my email campaigns and general email as well that I send to clients. So that's really two tips that I think sometimes we don't think about, but that's how you can actually include more video in your content, not just on social media, but as I mentioned, right there in your email, right? So before I close, let me just go back to Tracy. Tracy has a long post here, and I don't think I'm seeing the entire post, but I did see a question. How do you suggest using video for sales? How long is too long to promote your product or service, right? There's some other stuff there, but I can't see it very well, right? So how do you suggest using video for sales? Well, I will say exactly what my colleague and friend Jared says. He incorporates it in his messages when he connects with his LinkedIn, when he connects the persons on LinkedIn. And I think that's very helpful and useful. And in fact, he says a lot of persons will say, hey, this is unusual to actually get a video in Messenger. So it already, from that point of view, makes him stand out. And if you want persons to listen to you and pay attention to your content, that's what you kind of have to do, right? So That's one of the ways I think it helps in sales. And the last one I mentioned there in terms of including it as part of your prospecting emails as well. I think that has been very useful for me as well, because that really has helped me to get more eyeballs on me and my content, and persons reach out. I get inbound leads as a result of that. So those are two ways I think putting out general video content as well is essential in the sales, this new sales process of social selling, because people get to know who you are, they get to know what you can offer, they get to know benefits, tips, they understand the brand. So by the time that they are ready to purchase, you have become top of mind. So there are different tools and techniques that I would use there. You also asked how long is too long to promote your product or service. Now that's an interesting one. um for instance, I continue to promote my product and services every day. And I think most entrepreneurs would do that, right? We are on online, and content creation, an aspect of content creation is meant to help us sell. I mean, especially on LinkedIn, we're putting out content because we want to sell the products and services we offer. So I actually am promoting and putting out content about the wide range of content, about the wide range of products and services that I offer on a daily basis. Um, some of the content is a direct sell, and some of it is meant to provide education and information, to convey my unique story, to convey the benefits of a particular service that I offer. So I use it in a number. I use it in a number of ways. I don't know if that answers your question, but that's what I do on an ongoing basis. I'm selling my product. I'm selling what I do every single day. Well, for the most part, I'm putting out content every single day, and I'm providing tips and advice and so on every single day, right? I always go back because I talk to students about this. Coca-Cola continues to advertise. Not that we don't know Coca-Cola, because I think it's like the number one or the number two brand in the world, most recognizable brands in the world. But they continue to advertise. Why? Because they want to remind and they want to reinforce. So they want to remind you of the brand and reinforce the brand. And that's what content is supposed to do for us as entrepreneurs or medium-sized firms or even large organizations. We want to continue to remind and reinforce our message and our brand, and um, that's what our content is supposed to do. So that's why we need to continue to put out the various types of content that we do, right? So hi to Venetia, who joined me. Thank you very much. He said yes, and KFC, very much so in the Caribbean. So before I close, of course, if there are any more questions, feel free to put in the chat. Thank you very much to all of you who joined on my live on this Saturday morning, which I usually don't do because I'm out and about. But I didn't want this week to close without talking about the value of video marketing and why we need to include it in our strategy. Um, One thing I want to mention, and of course, plug, is really my personal branding initiative, right? For persons who want to launch their personal brand and particularly launch it on LinkedIn, I do have a program there for you. LinkedIn is extremely um I mean, it's just a wonderful platform. I love the platform. I've seen the greatest growth on this platform, and it has really helped my business and my brand really reach a regional and an international audience. So I do have a personal branding um, initiative where I can actually help persons to launch their brand on this particular platform. So if you're interested in that, feel free, of course, to reach out to me, and we could have a wonderful chat. Thank you again for those who joined, Venetia and Lorenzo, Victor, Tracy. Thank you for those questions. Jared, everybody, thank you so much, Allison, for joining me. And feel free to direct message me questions and so on. This is where I get my content from, to come online and to create more lives and information, right? So you guys take care. You all have a great weekend. Bye bye.